What if I told you that two very simple kitchen ingredients could be the game changer your hair has been begging for? See, most people use rosemary water, others swear by rice water, but your hair actually needs both because when we use only one, we're only addressing half of what healthy hair actually needs. Using both creates a more balanced, more potent treatment. See, we need to support the scalp with rosemary water and the hair strand with rice water. What I'm sharing today is what my family has been using for years. In fact, one of my earliest beauty memories is my mom spraying this on her long black hair. But before we get to the recipe, let me just mention this one change I made and one that has made a huge difference for my hair, and that is the water I use. I only use bottled or filtered water. See, tap water has chlorine and other chemicals that can irritate the scalp and dry out your hair. And over time, that will interfere with hair growth. And so it doesn't make sense to start with water that is already working against us, right? Here's how we're going to make it. We're going to rinse 1 cup of rice until the water runs mostly clear, just enough to remove excess starch without losing any of the nutrients. Place it into a sealed container and add 4 cups of filtered or bottled water. Seal it, and we're going to place it in a dark cabinet away from light, which can degrade its qualities. Let it soak for about 48 hours. After that, we're going to strain it. Also, don't throw the rice away. I usually store it in the freezer and use it later to make a rice face mask. Once we strain it, place about a cup in a dark glass spray bottle and set it aside. And leftovers, we're going to put them in the freezer for later use. Now we're making rosemary water. Bring 6 cups of water to a boil. And next, we're going to add fresh rosemary. I do use a lot of rosemary because I feel like that gives me a more potent recipe. Now we're going to cover it and turn the heat off and let it simmer for about 1 to 2 hours until we get this pinkish hue. And I'm sure your place smells amazing right about now. Now we strain it and pour about 1 cup into the spray bottle. We have to make sure that we mix equal parts rosemary water and rice water. Shake it gently and now we're ready to use it. I section my hair and always start at the bottom. Start by spraying it on the scalp first, then move down to the strands, the lens. I go over again and again, running my fingers through until that section is completely wet, and just repeat until everything is wet. Every single section is done. Next, I put my hair into a bun. I feel like this keeps the treatment where it belongs. After about 20 minutes or so, the treatment has been absorbed and we're ready to shampoo. I use a shampoo that is sulfate-free and follow with conditioner. Once this is done, I gently brush my hair and I apply always, this is something that I always do, I apply a leave-in conditioner and a very small amount of oil only to the ends. Now it's time to blow dry it. I usually blow dry it until it's about 80% dry. I don't like to use too much heat. Then I divide it into 2 sections and I put each one up with the help of a clip. This helps give my stray hair soft waves and volume as it finishes drying. I call this my Frida Kahlo look. What do you guys think? And this is it. The end result, hair that looks shiny, soft and healthy with natural waves and light volume. Now I do have to say, this isn't an overnight miracle. I have been using this treatment once a week for a little over 8 months now. So there is no rushing with this, but once you start seeing results, it really motivates you to stay consistent. I first noticed less shedding, improved softness, and better shine. Over time, healthier scalp and definitely fuller looking hair. Hopefully you decide to try it, and if you do, give your hair a little time and see how it feels.